Well, you said, I love Tiffany Haddish. I do not like when she seems anxious. I do not like that she lets the way she perceives the way other people feel about her affect the way she moves. Be who you are.
Yeah.
Explain that.
She'll go somewhere, right? And the funny thing is, she'll do shit that's just silly, and people get mad at it. Like, I'm going over to Gaza to see what's happening. I'm going to Africa to look at a grocery store.
Yeah, right.
It's stuff that she has the wherewithal, the means, and the curiosity to do. And then there's always this upheaval. And the only reason there's upheaval is because they feel it has purchase. They feel like it lands, right? Like, if it didn't land, they wouldn't do it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I remember she was on stage and she told this joke and everybody got mad, about, kids protested a war. And I'm like, at a certain point, the things people think of you can't be none of your business. But if every time you say something, there is a backlash, like she can't do anything, well, without backlash, I'm like, what the fuck how does somebody get that mad about somebody living their life? But the reason that happens is because they feel it scored somewhere, it lands. It must, or we wouldn't keep doing it.
So she keeps doing it. So
I'm talking about society wouldn't keep having the reaction it does, or the internet, or the whole. I don't know what, but whenever there is a thing called a backlash, and that must mean they're reacting to something, and that it has landed somewhere.
Yeah. It's not always a bad thing, though. They say all publicity is good publicity.
I think that is true, but I think it depends on how it impacts you. If it takes a little bit from you, like when she's saying she trusted people, like she'll say, like, I trusted people and I'm not. There'll be these kind of revelations she has, which means that something happened she didn't want to, right? And to me, I think there is a thing, and this is just me, I can't say who it is for anybody else. I think she's immensely talented and very fortunate. And I think sometimes there is a survivor's remorse component associated with things where people can't understand why it was them. And you'll hear people bring her name up all the time as if, why did she get this and they didn't, in those kinds of conversations. And I think that can land on some people. I think she's immensely talented. I think she's where she's supposed to be. I want her to have all the things she knows she could, and I want her to stop. I would like for people to not, you obviously can't stop people from saying what they say. I hope that one day she finds a way to not give it a place to live.
Yeah, I remember she was at the grocery store was it Nigeria?
Somewhere in Africa.
Yeah, somewhere in Africa, and she was like, oh, look, it's like a real grocery store. They got this, they got that. And everyone's like, oh, how dare you say that? You think we all live in huts and everything else like that? But I think she was purposely doing that because she's a comedian.
Exactly. Now,
she's trying to push buttons
right.
on people.
You take me and put me in that same situation. They don't do that because I don't give a fuck what you said, right? Like, I don't care.
Yeah,
but I saw that whole grocery store thing. So she's never supposed to try to do anything ironic or funny.
Yeah.
Or I think that the only reason that happens is because people know that some kind of way it registers. And if it doesn't, it's like, if what'll happen, it's a phenomenon, I'm sure it happens to you. Somebody will say something to you on social media. Mm-hmm. And then they never expect you to answer back.
Yeah.
But when you do, then they got life and they're going to keep going back and forth.
Yeah. Happened to me recently.
Like, you think it's just, so you're giving something.
It happened to me recently.
So I think it's that kind of energy.